God made man, he made man upright. But then man decided to go his own ways and find his own many inventions. That man was not satisfied with the fact that he was under the government and the authority of God, that he wanted to live his life. He wanted to be free. He wanted to do whatever he wanted to do, not under the government of God. Even though he wanted the benefits that God will give, he didn't want the authority that comes from God, because it will tame his flesh. It will tame his will. Even though God made man upright, man decided to make up his own many inventions. I'm trying to show you what made it so difficult for Ezekiel, for God to say, even though there was oppression, I was even looking amongst the people, if I can find just one man that will be able to stand in the gap so that my wrath will not come upon the earth. He said, I did not find any. Because I didn't find any, the wrath came. Now, somebody will see that and now begin to say that God is not faithful. There is no God anywhere. The problem is not that there is no God, it's that there are no men to stand in the gap. You see, when the atheists are telling you that if there's a God, so many of these things should not happen. What they don't get is that God will not just do anything. As far as the earth is concerned, a man must. So the problem is not that there is no God, is that there are no men. Is that there are no men who will stand in the gap. No wonder in the book of Hebrews chapter 1 verse 9 was talking about Jesus. Remember that scripture? The Bible said, how that thou hast loved righteousness and hast done what? Has hated iniquity. Therefore God, even thy God, had anointed thee with the oil of gladness above what? Thy fellows. I'm showing you one amongst 1,000. That the only way he could be escaped, particularly from that snare, is that he will not only love righteousness, but he must what? I'm showing you God's standard when he's looking for men. That when God is looking for a man, what he's looking for is not somebody with beards and long hair. I know you think that if God is looking for somebody around, there's no how God will pass you because you are huge and you have mustache and your voice is bass. So when you hold a microphone, you will sound like a man of God. God does not mind to use it. He will pass you and use a stammerer. God's standard for man in his own search is not how you look. Remember David? Yes. When the prophet saw, he said, surely this one. God said, no, it's not this one. If it's not this one, then it's this one. Then it's this one. God said, he's not even amongst all these people here. The one I'm looking for is in the bush. Is in the bush. That's the one I came for. And that day, God had to school Samuel. He said that it is men who look at the outward appearance. When God is looking for a man, he looks at the heart.